Ich habe geschlafen. Ich bin eingeschlafen. Same root verb, two different helper verbs, and both sentences are correct. If the rule here were simply, memorize which verbs take which, that pair would be impossible. They're the same word with 4 letters on the front. It isn't memorization. There's a reason, and once you see it you'll get these right without thinking. Here's the good news up front. The overwhelming majority of German verbs take haben. You're not learning 2 lists. You're learning one default, and a small group with a describable reason to be different. First, the shape, because it's the same every time. The German perfect has 2 pieces, a helper verb, haben or sein, which conjugates and sits in second position, and a participle, the Partizip, which does not change and goes to the very end of the sentence. Ich habe gestern einen Film gesehen. Habe is in second position. Gesehen is at the end, and everything else lives in between. Most participles are built the same way. Ge at the front, and either te for regular verbs. Gemacht, gekauft, or n for strong ones, gesehen, gegangen. This is how Germans actually talk about the past in conversation, which is why it's worth getting comfortable with early. Now, the helper. Start from this. Haben is the default. If a verb takes a direct object, if you did something to something, it's haben. Every time, no exceptions worth worrying about. Ich habe einen Kaffee getrunken. Ich habe das Buch gelesen. Wir haben Fußball gespielt. And it's not only verbs with objects. Most verbs without one still take haben too. Ich habe geschlafen. Ich habe gearbeitet. Hat gelacht. So your working assumption for any new verb should be haben, and then you check whether one of 2 specific reasons applies. Reason 1 for sein. The verb describes movement from one place to another, not activity, movement with a from and a to. Ich bin nach Hamburg gefahren. Wir sind ins Kino gegangen. Sie ist nach Hause gekommen. Gehen, fahren, kommen, fliegen, laufen, reisen, all sein. Notice what those sentences have in common. In every one of them, somebody ends up somewhere they weren't before. That's your test, and it's far more reliable than trying to hold a list in your head. Is there a change of place? If yes, sein. If the verb is just something you did, with no journey in it, you're back to haben. Reason 2, and this is the one I promised. Sein is also used when the verb describes a change of state. When you end up in a different condition from the one you started in. Ich bin eingeschlafen, I was awake, then I was asleep. Something changed. Ist aufgewacht, asleep, then awake. Die Blume ist gewachsen, small, then bigger. Meine Oma ist gestorben. The biggest change of state there is. Now, put that next to the default. Schlafen is a state you were asleep for a while, nothing changed so it takes haben. Ich habe 8 Stunden geschlafen. Einschlafen is the moment the state changes, so it takes sein. Ich bin 11 eingeschlafen. Same root, for letters of difference, and those 4 letters turn a state into a change. That's the whole rule, visible in one pair. Finally, 3 verbs that take sein without fitting either reason. You simply learn them, and there are only 3. Sein itself. Ich bin gewesen, I have been. Bleiben, to stay, which is almost funny, because staying is the opposite of movement, and it still takes sein. Ich bin geblieben. And werden, to become. Ist Arzt geworden. 3 verbs. That's the entire irregular part of this topic. One quick honesty note while we're here. In southern Germany and Austria the perfect is used even more than in the north, and for sein, haben and the modal verbs you'll often hear the simple past instead. Ich war, ich hatte, ich musste. Both are correct. Nobody will misunderstand you. Everything on one board. The shape. Helper in second position, Partizip at the end. The default. Haben, assume it. Switch to sein for exactly 2 reasons. Movement from one place to another, like gehen, fahren and kommen. Or a change of state, like einschlafen, aufwachen and werden. Plus the 3 you just learn, sein, bleiben, werden. And the pair worth tattooing on your brain. Ich habe geschlafen, but ich bin eingeschlafen. Screenshot this. But screenshots don't teach. This becomes automatic the 10th time you tell someone what you did yesterday, not the first time you read the rule. So go and talk about yesterday. That's genuinely the whole difference. There's a free drill on the site built for exactly this lesson. Haben against sein, the movement verbs, and the schlafen and einschlafen pair right in the middle where it can catch you. No sign up needed, and the links in the description. Get a few wrong where it costs you nothing. Then the next time someone asks what you did at the weekend, you'll answer in the past tense without stopping to work out which helper you need.